Hello and welcome to this video where I would like to walk you through the process of crafting a clear and compelling vision for your school. Now, in all school, we start off with what we call a clear and compelling vision. And what is the reason why we need this clear and compelling vision? Well, the reason is because it kind of sets the foundation for all the goals that we want to work towards, the strategies that we would want to formulate, and the very actions that would help us work towards our goals. So, with that out of the way, let's look at the process itself. So, in this video, I will walk you through the process of crafting a powerful vision statement that it will inspire your school community as well as help you achieve your goals. So, first up, let's talk about what exactly is a vision statement. Now, a vision statement is essentially a concise and memorable statement that describes the desired future state of your school, right? And so, in a very succinct way, what we want to do is that we want that vision statement to clearly describe what is our school's future state? What does it look like? And a way to look at, what does it look like? There are a few things that I would need you to consider. And so let's dive into what are some of these factors for consideration. Number one, especially in a school context, the focus here has to be on the people, right? So the vision statement have to be people focused. And in your case, we want to go into a bit more specificity. And so here we really want to focus on the most important people in the school, and these are your students, right? And so with that focus itself, the question that we want to ask ourselves is, who do we want our students to be, right? Who do we want our students to be? That will be the desired outcome that we want to see of our students. Now, in order to ask that question, what are some possible examples that you can look at? So, one way is, do we want them to be a lifelong learner? Or do we want them to be a self directed learner? Or do we want them to be a compassionate leader, as an example, right? So, when you think of the desired outcome, what I'd like you to think of is a structure that would help you craft the desired outcome. And this structure is very simple. It simply has an adjective and a noun. So, as an example, self directed learner, active citizen, confident person, right? So, those are the adjective and the noun that would describe the desired outcome that we want to see in our students itself. But that being said, we do not want our vision statement or our desired outcome to look like anybody else, right? And so in our school, what we need to really ask ourselves is, what does it mean for a self-directed learner in our school? So this is where you can take into account the profile of your students. As an example, in some schools, when you look at a self-directed learner, that student could be someone who really charts their own path in terms of learning, conducts research to find out more about what they are learning. But in another school, the visual of a self-directed learner could be someone who is just being responsible for his or her own learning, which that could mean that they will hand out their homework on time. So here it's really to take into the account the profile of your students, and then from there to unpack what does it mean when you say it's a self-directed learner, right? Now, the other consideration factor that I want you to take into account is the strength of the school. So as an example, what is the school known for? What is your school known for? And how can this strength help your students achieve that desired outcome that you want them to achieve? Now, it's good to keep that in mind. It may not come out in the vision statement itself, but it's really crucial for you to keep that in mind of, what is the strength of our school. Now, with all those consideration factors taken into account, now is the time for you to start crafting the vision statement for your school. So, how I'm going to get you started is the following. I'm going to give you a template accompanying this video. And in that template itself, there are a few things that I'd like you to do. Number one is I'd like you to answer this question: who do you want your students to be? Remember, this is the desired outcome that we're looking at, and this desired outcome will be featured strongly or prominently in your vision statement. Okay, and so to help you identify who do you want your students to be, and all these elements are gonna appear in the vision statement, I'd like you to brainstorm a list of adjective and noun that would describe who do you want your students to be, right? So you can brainstorm with a list of adjective and noun that will help you craft what does the student outcome, what's the desired future state looks like for your school. All right, so let's get ahead and go and craft your vision statement. I'll talk to you soon.